do any damage. They have to work very hard and be very diligent about spreading out their opponent. And I mean, just the Immortals, they just kill Stalkers so fast.
No, I agree, and that is very, very good. But if there's one strategy which is still quite good against that, that's the 4-gate all-in with a warp prism, where you can warp in the main base. But I do agree with you that 2-gate Immortal builds are very hard to break. On a map like this, you could say that if the robo player, ooh, sorry, my mouse buttons keep scrolling down. That's not on purpose. If a robo player would position himself over here with a 2-gate robo expand, at least with Blink Stalkers you're gonna be able to go up a little bit. But eventually there is this ramp, and if the robo player starts going up more and more forward, I think we have. Well, that is very loud. Do you think I should turn down
I think
the
you're
game
gonna have
sounds?
to turn that one down on your side there, Kev.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. We're just getting everything set up all perfectly. There we go. Rocking and rolling.
Still pretty loud. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, there are so many ways you can go with it. It's easier on this map to expand at least than on a map like Daybreak, for instance, where there's just no ramp at all. Even though the ramp is relatively far away from where you would build your Nexus, it's not impossible to hold, so we'll see.
Yep. Both these guys are opting for the later scout here. Also noteworthy, this is one of the new tournament versions of Antigua Shipyard. It means forced cross-spawn, no gold bases, which is, I think, much more viable, making it a good tournament map. But it also means that it's a 2-player map, so there could have been tomfoolery and shenanigans, but of course neither guy is going to opt to do anything like that.
Do you think I should do it now in the game cells even more, but?
I think we're going to let production deal with that from this point on.
Alright. So we'll see Wydra. What I'm just speculating once more. Wow, that's a very, very quick second gas actually by Wydra. That's 16. Before the Pylon, before the Cybernetics core. That's one of the quickest double simulators I've ever seen.
Alright, so we do have NonY. He's going to slide up in here with a pretty early scout. I think he scouted after gate, so it's like a 12 scout. And he's going to see this fast double gas. And what would you read from this if you scouted this, Kev?
This is actually something I haven't seen that much, so I really wonder.
Man,
this is really a
he's got double
special
gas, and he's mining 1 probe in each of them.
Yeah. Well, if you would send 6 probes to your simulator right now, you would only be mining with 11 probes from your mineral.
It's such a bizarre, like, well, maybe he just doesn't want to deal with gas steel. It could be as simple as that, right?
Yeah, but it was even way before the probe entered his main base. So I'm sure Wydra has something in mind. I'm just not sure what it is exactly. And then again, he's opening up with his Zealot, so I think if he... I don't think that's the reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. We do have Warp Gate being chrono boosted by White Rock. Same on NonY's side of the map, as he's just trying to chase away that scouting probe. But that's really all we know. A little bit of chrono boost being saved up by NonY.
Yeah, both these guys just checking each other's main base, see how much energy did you save up, how many times are you going to chrono boost your Cybernetics core. As soon as one of these guys would start chrono boosting his Nexus, the other guy is going to do the same. NonY just adding 2 more gates straight away, so it might be 3-gate pressure, but it might just be a straight up 4-gate as well.
Going straight up to the 4-gate. And White Rock turns around with the probe, and he's going to scout this, and I have to wonder if
NonY's going to cancel something. Wydra is already on 2 gates. Well, he's going to be at 2 gates soon. I mean, his 3rd gate is on the way. Chrono Boost going down on his Cybernetics score as well. Comparing both upgrades, they're very, very even. So NonY's going to have a really hard time breaking Wydra with this.
Man, NonY, he gets scouted and he's gonna stick with it. Doesn't want to deviate. I sort of feel like he might be making a small mistake, but we'll see exactly how it plays out.
I agree as well. I mean, this is just this is probably as good as it's gonna get for Wydra, unless Wydra somehow thinks that NonY is gonna mind game him and not actually 4-gate. Then it could still work. But other than that, Wydra should be so super well prepared. He has his units positioned on the ramp right here. First sentry's on the way. He's even going 4 gates himself. Taking a look at the income tab, it's 20 harvesters for NonY against 19 for Wydra, so this is probably the best scenario ever for Wydra.
Here comes NonY. He wants to get those probes inside, and White Raw lets him walk right past. Force field going down at the top of the ramp, and wow, look at that. White Raw focuses down the Stalker first.
Yeah, really good job right there by Wydra. Zealot goes down as well. Now these probes are taking a lot of damage. First probe will fall, second probe will fall, and there's absolutely no way that NonY is going to pull off this 4-gate.
And he just expands. He just drops that Nexus in his natural, knowing that 4-gate's not going to work, so he's going to take a risk here and try to just expand and catch back up that way. But with White Raw sitting on 4 gates of his own, ooh, I don't know, man.
Yeah, White Raw is of course not crazy. He knows that he's in really good shape right now. Killed those probes. Will probably spot that Pylon in the middle of the map as well. Already took down a Stalker and a Zealot, so he knows he can go aggressive right now. Oh, NonY not paying attention to that single Stalker. Will lose 1 more unit.
And this is looking worse and worse for NonY. If we look at units lost, it's 6 units down for NonY. Only a single probe lost for White-Ra, and White-Ra is on the move. I don't think there's any way that he can hold this expansion. He needs to fall back into his main and just sack it.
Yes, I do agree. I don't think he's going to hold it either. Then again, that was probably his only hope. A couple of force fields, just a couple of 3 defensive force fields going down. He does pick up that probe and will force a cancel on this sentry, on this pylon I mean. But he doesn't have enough energy anymore to force field again, so you're right. He's going to have to cancel that expand. And actually I did like the expand choice from NonY because he was so far behind. That was probably the only way he was going to get back into this game. But White-Ra, being the experienced player that he is, straight away going for the aggressive move.
Alright, so White-Ra just going to make his way into the expand of NonY, and he's going to sit at the bottom of that ramp and just work on the contain. We've got a Robo coming up for NonY. Maybe we'll see a Warp Prism and I guess a prolonged attempt at 4-gating. White-Ra, meanwhile, already about 25% through that Blink research and getting an expansion of his own, so this is looking great for the Ukrainian.
Yeah, there are not many things that NonY can do right now to have a good outcome in this game, but you're going to have to try to do something. Obviously, it's going to be a one-base play. You can definitely not fall back, or at least like wait for a very long time, get an Immortal out or even a Colossus, and then scare away White-Ra and then expand. That's absolutely impossible. So yes, NonY is getting the robotics base, so perhaps just a one-base Colossus attack, something like we've seen Elfitaya do against...
This is such an Elfie situation. I was about to say that. Elfie's like, oh, I'm ahead.
Elfie's like, this game went very good for me. I tricked him into defending 4-gate.
I tricked him into taking expands. Now I go kill him.
NonY has 8 Zealots, so he's probably just going to wait for maybe even only 1, maybe 2 Colossus. I guess 2, because 1 is just too vulnerable. Oh, White-Ra not paying attention. A nice force field by NonY.
Oh, but Blink is done. White-Ra actually doesn't lose anything there. Well, he lost something.
Yeah, he lost his
Zealots is what he lost. But the Stalkers all kept alive. Took a lot of damage on a couple Stalkers, but now he knows kind of what NonY's up to. He saw the units. He's got a good feel for how much NonY's investing in tech, based on the fact that he saw so many Zealots.
NonY, of course, doesn't have that much gas because he wiped in a ton of sentries and also made quite a few Stalkers early on. So I don't think he's going to make Thermal Lance. I think he's just going for 2 Colossus without Thermal Lance and then just going to try to win this game straight up. Take a look at the income tab right now. We have 33 probes for White-Ra. Doesn't have the best saturation on his expand, but we're going to forgive him for that because other than that, White-Ra has been playing a flawless game.
Absolutely great game. He's also got Immortals popping out, and as we know, Immortals are quite good against Colossi these days. But you know, NonY's got those 3 sentries. Maybe with some good force field, he could take a winning fight. What do you think? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, poor sentry, man.
That's one way to do it. Another force field. That is like 6 force fields.
Yeah.
To kill
I'm not sure if that was only worth it. He's actually gonna need those force fields in his push. Oh, White-Ra picking up in the back of the base of NonY right now, empowering that robotics facility as well. The Colossus is kind of exposed. Colossus taking a lot of damage, and Colossus will fall. Really nice play by White-Ra.
Yeah, great trade there for White-Ra. Maybe losing a single Stalker. I'm not even sure if he lost that.
Yeah.
Picks off a Pylon, picks off a Colossus, and it just continues to look better and better.
Well, and that was not even a big group of Stalkers, just 5-6 Stalkers empowering that robotics facility.
Oh my
once
gosh,
more
White-Ra,
blinking up in the main base.
Love it so much. Blinks right as NonY's units move out. He's going to pick off a couple more Pylons. It's 76 supply for White-Ra to 66 for NonY, and NonY's going to be badly supply blocked here.
White-Ra meanwhile has his own Colossus, and NonY's going to lose all these pylons. He's going to lose power on most of his gates as well. Now finally wipes in a couple of units in his main base, but Blink to the rescue. I think actually White-Ra will be able to deal with these units quite easily.
Yeah, he's going to kill everything. Look at the great Blink micro. NonY was clicked onto something, and he's walking into the natural. Going to get force fielded off, losing several Stalkers immediately, and this is just terrible for NonY. White-Ra has played this game absolutely perfectly. Warps in right on top of the attacking units. 90 supply against 30. GG comes out of NonY, and White-Ra with the quick 2-0 will be advancing to game 2 of the winner in the winners bracket.
Yep, a really solid play by White-Ra, but a little bit disappointing from NonY.
Yeah, certainly not the debut he wanted to make here at the Lone Star Clash, but